Hello and welcome to day 24 of the Jamb Mathematics in 30 days. It has been a wonderful series so far, and to those who have been following the series from the beginning, a big thank you to you. And please keep your comments coming, whatsoever you like us to expatiate more on, or if you have any question at all you would like us to solve, please put them in the comment section and we will definitely attend to all of your comments. Now, if you're following us, you would see that from day 1 up until day 23, we're able to exhaust all the topics that are in the 5 sections of the Jamb 2025 mathematics syllabus. So as it stands, we have solved past questions on each of the topics that you are expected to prepare for 2025 Jamb. However, we want to go beyond this. Since we are going to day 30, that will mean that for the remaining days we'll be solving questions that has been set by seasoned professionals on all the various topics that we have dealt with so far. So we'll be looking at different kind of questions mixed together now, and then we solve them and try to see how far we can go and see how well we have learned. So for the remaining days, I'll advise that when you start today, once you see the question, you can pause the video, try it out yourself first, and then you play on to see if you really got the questions correctly. Now, mind you, the questions that are going to be treated in the remaining days, you can also find many of these questions on the Exam Fund app. So to those of you who have downloaded the app, you can go on to practice more on the UTME section where you practice mathematics, and you find so many other questions, including the ones that will be solved here on this channel. You find them there, and then you will be able to solve them as well and see how well you do, as well as earn as you learn. Then also, one thing you should also be aware of is that on the Exam Fund, there's a challenge going on presently. So you can join that challenge, Jamb Mathematics in 30 days challenge. Go on and join the challenge and earn even more as you practice and get better at Jamb Mathematics. So if you're ready, let's begin with some questions for day 24. So let's start by solving this problem that says simplify log base 10 of 1.5 plus 3 log base 10 of 2 minus log base 10 of 0.3. So as I've mentioned in the beginning of the video, you can pause and then try it out yourself first, then compare your solution to what we have done so that you can just get better and learn more skills as we go. So to solve this, one way I would always go is to convert each of these things, the ones that should be in fractions, in fraction, and of course ensure that I simplify as I go on. So in this case, this will then become log base 10 of 1.5 converted to improper fraction will be 3 over 2, right? So plus, now 3 goes up here, so we'll have log base 10 of 2 raised to power 3. That will be 8. That's because 3 goes up here. So minus log base 10 of, now 0.3 is something as 3 divided by 10. So now let's work with this. Now, from the laws of logarithm, in this kind of case, I can just take one of the logs and then we'll say log base 10, then we multiply these two together. So that will be 3 over 2 times 8. So minus log base 10 of 3 over 10. So from here, 2 here 1, 2 here 4. So 4 times 3 will give us 12. So what we have here is log base 10 of 12 minus log base 10 of 3 over 10. So from here, the subtraction becomes division. So we say log base 10 of, so 12 divided by 3 over 10. Now let's resolve this here. 12 divided by 3 over 10 is the same thing as 12 times 10 over 3. So we can say 3 here 1, 3 here 4. So we have 4 times 10, which is 40. So our answer would then be log base 10 of 40. So option B. I hope you got the same thing. To the next. Now this question says, if a car travels 120 kilometers on 45 liters of petrol, how much petrol is needed for a journey of 600 kilometers? So this is a rate and proportion question. So let's solve. So in this case, we know that 120 kilometers will require 45 liters, right? So now we want to travel 600 kilometers, so 600 kilometers will require X amount of petrol. So to solve this, we flip and say 600 kilometers divided by 120 kilometers equals X over 45 liters of petrol. So kilometers cancel kilometers, 0 cancel 0. Now we have 60 over 12. Now 12 here 1, 12 here would be 5. So we have that 5 equals X over 45 liters. So X would then be 5 times 45 liters. So let's solve for X. 5 times 5, 25. So 5 carry 2. 5 times 4, 20 plus 2, that's 22. So we have 225 liters. So the option to go for here is C. In the diagram above, QR is the diameter of the semicircle QR. That is, at this point, this is a semicircle. Okay? Now, find the area of the figure to the nearest whole number, taking pi as 22 over 7. So, solution. Now, before I go on to solve this, now we know that this is a rectangle and the area at this point is length times breadth. While the area of a semicircle will be half the area of a circle, that is half pi r squared. But what will be r? R will be half of the diameter. So if the diameter is 7, then r will be 3.5. So now let's work with this. So we are going to add these two together. So area will then be length times breadth, which is 7 times 10 plus. Now in this case, we're going to be having 1 over 2 times pi, which is given as 22 over 7 times r squared. So 3.5 times 3.5. Now, A therefore becomes 7 times 10, that is 70 centimeters squared, plus. Now, when we resolve this with the calculator, you're going to get 19.24, some other digits. So I've just done this to 2 decimal. So, and when we add these two together, we should have 89.24. Remember, this is also in centimeters squared, so cm squared. Now, the question says to the nearest whole number, so area is approximately 89 centimeters squared. So the answer is option A. One of the proven ways to prepare adequately for any exam is to practice the past question of such exam as many times as possible. Now, how about you try practicing for Jamb Mathematics by taking tests on an app that not only gives you fun as you practice, but also rewards you for your practice. So please today try to download the Exam Fun app. It's on the Google Play Store and also on the Apple Store. When you install the app, you get to practice on as many subjects as you can, and it makes it very fun, and at the same time you earn as you learn. So do download the Exam Fun apps today. In this question, we see that if log to base 3 of x squared equals negative 8, what is the value of x? That is, what is x? So to solve this, we are going to look at the relationship between logarithm and indices. Now, when you say log to base of a function, what it actually means is that what power would you raise 3 by that will give you x raised to the power of 2. So basically what we are having here is this solution. The base here will be raised to the power of minus 8, and what we should get should be x squared. Now what we want to do is to ensure that what we have here, the power rather, we want to make sure we bring the power to be the same, so that when the power is the same, then the base would also be equal. So to do that, I will write this as 3 raised to the power of minus 4, then squared equals x squared. So at this point, powers will cancel out, so x equals 3 raised to the power minus 4 And converting this negative index to positive index, it will be 1 over 3 raised to power 4, which is 1 over 81. So the correct answer here is option D. Now let's evaluate log to base 7 of 17. Now to solve problems like this, you see that the base and the number itself are not the same. So, and there's a rule in logarithm that says when you have log to base b of a, in this case, that is the same thing as saying log base k of a divided by log base k of b. So basically we take natural log of 17 over natural log of 7. So we can then say log base 7 of 17 becomes natural log of 17 over natural log of 7. Now when we compute this, this should be ln 17 divided by ln 7 will give us 1.4559 and on like that. So but when we consider the options we have here, the closest is C, so we pick option C. This question says, given that matrix A is 3 minus 2 1 and then 6, find the inverse of A. So to find the inverse of matrix A, remember the equation for inverse of a matrix. Inverse of matrix A equals 1 over determinant of A multiplied by the adjunct of A. So first, let's find determinant of A. Determinant of A, that is 3 minus 2, 1 and 6 would be, now remember we go by the diagonal, so 3 times 6 minus 1 times minus 2. Now this would give us 18 minus 2. So what we have here is 18 plus 2, which is 20. Now that we've gotten that, let's then find the adjunct of A. Where A is 3 minus 2, 1 and 6 would then be, now to get the adjunct of a 2 by 2 matrix, a very simple trick is to do this, where you flip this the elements in row 1 column 1 and elements in row 2 column 2, flip them. So 6 will come here, 3 will come here. Then you multiply the other ones by minus 1. So minus 1 times minus 2 will give you plus 2. Minus 1 times 1 will give you minus 1. So this would be the adjunct of A. So now let's apply this formula. A inverse will then be 1 over determinant of A, that is 20, multiplied by 6 to minus 1, 3. Now this would give us 6 over 20, 2 over 20, minus 1 over 20, and then 3 over 20. Now we can break these ones down, and then we would have 2 goes here, so that's 3 over 10. 2 goes here, so we have 1 over 10. Nothing goes here, so minus 1 over 20, and then 3 over 20. So this will be our answer. So comparing it with the options we have, yeah, that is option D. Simplify sod 98 minus sod 50 all divided by sod 32. So to solve this, we simplify each of the sod. Now sod 98 is the same thing as saying 49 times 2 minus sod 50 is the same thing as saying 25 times 2. I've done this by multiplying 2 by the highest perfect square you can get of 98, and the same thing with 50. So we have 25 times 2, which is a perfect square, and 49 times 2, where 49 is a perfect square. Now doing the same thing to the denominator, we would have 16 times 2. So you see they all have 2, 2, 2 in them. So we know that somehow those 2's are going to cancel out in the end. So now 49, sod 49 will give you 7. So 7 times sod 2 minus, here we would have 5 sod 2 all divided by 4 sod 2. Now if you do 7 sod 2 minus 5 sod 2. That will give you 2 multiplied by sod 2 over here we have 4 multiplied by sod 2. So sod 2 cancels sod 2. So what we have is 2 over 4, and 2 over 4 is same thing as 1 over 2. So the correct option here is C. Now, this question says, in how many ways can the word Masisita be arranged? Now, when we look at this question, first let's count the number of words, the letters rather, in the word itself. So Masisita has 8 letters in all. Now, let's look at those that are repeated. We see A is repeated, letter A is repeated 2 times, and then letter C is also 2 times, and then letter I is repeated twice as well. So to find the number of ways you can arrange it, our answer would then be 8 factorial divided by 2 factorial, 2 factorial, 2 factorial. So the correct option here is C. If you're yet to subscribe to the Oya Learn channel, please do so immediately. I promise you it will be one of the best things you've done in a long while. Please ensure that you subscribe to the Oya Learn channel and also click the notification bell so that you get alerted every time we put out a new video for you. This is a channel where you get a lot of educational content that help you grow as a student, as a teacher, and all. So please do subscribe, like the videos, and share them with your friends. So this question says, simplify 1 minus, then we have in a bracket 1 over 7 multiplied by 3 whole number 1 over 2, and then all of that divided by 3 over 4. So what we have to do here is to obey the BODMAS rule. So let's solve. Now, according to BODMAS, we're supposed to simplify whatever is in the brackets first. So we'll then have 1 minus, what we have in the bracket is 1 over 7 multiplied by, now let's convert this into an improper fraction. So 2 times 3, that gives us 6 plus 1, so we would have 7 over 2. So from here, we then say divided by 3 over 4. So we can see that 7 cancels 7, so we have 1 over 2. So it's now 1 minus 1 over 2 divided by 3 over 4, which implies that we can have it as 1 minus 1 over 2. Changing this division to multiplication, we then flip this, so we have 4 over 3. So from here we can see we have 2 here 1, 2 here 2. So 1 minus 2 over 3, which would give us, now this is over 1, so LCM is 3. 1 here 3, 3 times 1, 3, minus 3 here 1, 1 times 2, 2. So our answer is then 1 over 3. Yes, that is option B. This question says, if 2q3 base 5 equals 77 base 8, find q. So in order to solve for q here, we convert each of these bases to base 10. So on the left hand side, we'll be having 2 times 5 plus q times 5 plus 3 times 5. And then we'll raise the power from the right to left. So 0, 1, 2 equals. Now to the right hand side, we'll have 7 times 8 plus 7 times 8 with power of 0 and 1. So at this point, we have 5 squared, which is 25. And 25 times 2 will give us 50 plus 5 times q, that is 5q, plus 3 times 1, that's 3. Now it's 1 because 5 raised to the power 0 will give you 1. On this other end, we have 7 multiplied by 8. Now 7 times 7 is 49, so add 7 to that, and then you have a 56. So we have 56 here, plus 7 times 1, because 8 raised to the power 0 is 1, so we have 7 here. Now, from here I can say 5q plus 53, because I've added 50 and 3 together. Now let's add this. We would have 63 here. So 5q equals 63 minus 53, which is 10. So when we divide both sides by 5, we see that q equals 2. So option A. So from this question, we see that the box contains 5 blue balls, 3 red balls, and 2 white balls. And 2 are selected at random from the box with replacements. Take note with replacement. So find the probability of obtaining 2 blue or 2 red balls. So to solve this, we know that we have number of white balls. White balls is 2. Red balls that's 3. Then blue is 5. So the total will be the sum of this, which is 10. So probability of picking, starting with 2 blue balls. So probability of picking blue and blue with replacement will be, first, possible outcome for blue is 5 over total number of balls 10 multiplied by picking it again, so 5 over 10. So what we have here is 25 over 100. And then probability of picking 2 red, that is red, would be, for the first red, it is 3 over 10 multiplied by 3 over 10. Now, it's always over 10 in this case because there is replacement. If there were no replacement, you have to reduce the number of balls from the denominator. So in this case, what we have is 9 over 100. So probability of 2 blues or 2 red, 2 blue or 2 red would then be 25 over 100 plus 9 over 100. Now this would give us 25 plus 9 all over 100. So let's add it. This would give us, from here we have 34 over 100. Bring it to its lowest term, 2 can go. Now 2 here is 17 and then 2 here is 50. So this is the lowest term. So the answer here is option A. In this question, we are told that the angle of elevation of the top of a tree from a point on the ground 60 meters away from the foot of the tree is 78 degrees. So we have to find the height of the tree correct to the nearest whole number. So before I go on to solve it, let's visualize the question. Okay, so let's take this as the tree with a height that we do not know yet, where this is the top and this is the foot. So the point we're talking about, let's put it here on the same horizontal ground 60 meters away. So that way we can then call this our angle of elevation, which is 78 degrees. So working with this will be a right angle triangle where h is the opposite, this is the adjacent. So applying trigonometric ratio SOHCAHTOA, we see that we are working with opposite and adjacent, so therefore we use tan. So to solve this, we say tan 78 degrees equals opposite h over adjacent 60. So this is in meters. To find h would then be 60 meters multiplied by tan 78 degrees. So h here is 60 meters multiplied by, now tan 78 will give you 4.7 thereabout. So let's multiply this and see what we get. 60 multiplied by 4.7. So 7 times 0, 0, 7 times 6, that is 42. So 4 times 0, 0, 4 times 6, and that's 24. So this will give us 2, this is 8. So we have 282.0. So to the nearest whole number, our answer for 8 is 282 meters. And that is option C. So in this question, we're told XYZ is a circle with a center O and radius 7 centimeters. So find the area of the shaded region. So to find the area of this shaded region, which is a segment, area of segment is supposed to be area of first the sector minus area of triangle. So let's apply this to solve. So let's get all the parts that we don't know from the question yet. Now in this question here, we can see that this O serves at the center of the circle, and this line is drawn from center to circumference. That's our radius. So if this is radius, it should be the same here. So this will also be 7 centimeters. And we see that from this chord XY, we have an angle to the center O and an angle that subtends to the circumference. And one of circle theorem states that the angle at the center is twice that at the circumference. So that is, this should be twice of this. So 2 times 45, we have 90 degrees. So let's start. To get area of segment, we need area of sector first. So area of sector. Now the sector we are looking at is XOZ. Okay, so and it subtends to 90 degrees, and area of the sector is given as theta over 360, then pi r squared. So let's apply this. This will be 90 over 360 times pi, which is 22 over 7. R is 7, so 7 times 7. So let's break it down. 7 here 1, 7 here 1. Okay, 90 here 1, 90 here 4. So what we have left is 22 times 7 over 4. Okay, so when we break this down, 2 here 2, 2 here 11. So what we have is 77 over 2, which will give us 2 in 7, that's 3, remainder 1. 2 in 17, that's 8. So 38, remainder 1, so 0.5 centimeter squared. Now let's find area of triangle XOZ. Now, since we do not know the base length here, we can also apply another formula which states that we should have area of this as 1 over 2 times A times B sine theta, where A and B is the same here as 7 and 7. So this will be 1 over 2 times 7 times 7 times sine. Theta is 90. And sine 90 degrees is 1. So what we have here is basically 49 over 2. So let's break it down. 2 here, that's 2. In 9, that will be 4.5. So the area of the segment is therefore 38.5 minus 24.5. So our answer is 14 centimeter squared. So that's option D. Now let's evaluate 1011 base 2 squared minus 101 base 2 squared. Now the easy way to go about this is to convert each of them to base 10, then square it, then you go on to find your answer back in base 2. So solution. Let's start with this. So we have 1011. So if we are taking the powers, it will be 0, 1, 2, 1. So I'll focus on the ones alone. So this would be 2 raised to power, this is supposed to be 3. So 2 raised to power 3 plus 2 raised to power 1 plus 2 raised to power 0. Now take note, you see I'm not saying 1 times 2 raised to power 1 times 2 raised to power, because 1 times anything will still give you that same thing. So we are more focused on what these 2 and the power would give us. So from here we see we have 8 plus 2 plus 1. And when we add this, what do we have? This is 10, this is 11. Now, To the next one, 101. So this will be power of 0, power of 1, power of 2. So this will be 2 raised to power 2 plus 2 raised to power 0, which would give us 4 plus 1. So we have 5. Now, what we are supposed to do is to square them. So 11 squared will give us 121, and 5 squared will give us 25. So now 121 minus 25 would give us, let's find out. So when we take this 21 out of this, we are left with 4, so we should have 96 base 10. Now all we have to do is to convert 96 base 10 to base 2. So divide by 2, this would give us 48, remainder 0. Divide by 2, that's 24, remainder 0. Divide by 2, 12, remainder 0. Divide by 2, 6, remainder 0. Divide by 2, 3, remainder 0. Divide by 2, 1, remainder 1. And then divide by 2, 0, remainder 1. So we write it upwards. So our answer will be 1, 1, then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 base 2. So that is 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 base 2. So our answer is C. This question says, Musa borrows 10 naira at 2% per month, simple interest, and repays 8 naira after 4 months. So how much does he still owe? Now, in this question, we see that the simple interest is calculated in per month. So in our solution, we'll factor that in. So given that he has paid 2% of this for 4 months, we're going to calculate the interest as principal times rate times time. This time will be in months over 100. So what we'll have here will then be 10 times, the rate is 2, times 4 months divided by 100. So let's see what the interest will be at this point. Now 2 times 4 will give us 8. 8 times 10 will give us 80. And 80 divided by 100 will give us 0.8. So we have 0.8 naira, right? So that is the total amount to be repaid will now be, now we have to add this to the initial. So we have 10 plus 0.8. Now minus the amount he has already paid, which is 8. Now this will give us 10.8 minus 8, and our answer is 2.8. So 2.8 naira, that is C. The curved surface area of a cylinder 5 centimeters high is 110 centimeters squared. Find the radius of its base. Solution. Now let's take this as the cylinder. Where the base radius is r, the height here is 5. Okay, now to find the area of this, we can just cut it and then we'll have something like this, where this is the circumference of the circle, which is given as 2 pi r, and this is h. So the curved surface area would be 2 pi r h. So 110 centimeters squared should be 2 times pi, which is 22 over 7, times r, which we are looking for, so times h, which is 5. So all of this multiplied by r. So to get r, what we do is we first transfer 7 here. So we'll have 7 times 110 centimeter squared. Now remember, this is in centimeter. So equals, now what we have here is 2 times 5, that is 10, times 22 centimeter r. Now to make r the subject, we'll have 7 times 110 over 10 times 22. Now what we have here is centimeter squared divided by centimeter. So what we have left is centimeter. So from here we can now break it down. R therefore becomes 10 here 1, 10 here 11. 11 here 1, 11 here 2. So what we have is 7 over 2, which will give us 3.5 centimeter. So our correct option here is B. Find the midpoint of point S, which has the coordinate -5, 4, and then point T, which has the coordinate -3, -2. So we take this as x1, y1, x2, y2. So solution. Midpoint is given by x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2, comma 2. So let's apply this. X1 -5 plus x2 -3 over 2, comma, y1 4 plus y2 -2 over 2. Now this will give us -5 minus 3, which is -8 over 2, comma, 4 minus 2, that is 2 over 2. So when we process this, we get -4, 1. So -4, 1 is in option C. Now we have to solve for x in this equation, this inequality. 4x minus 6 divided by 3 is less or equals to 3 plus 2x all divided by 2. So to solve this, what we'll do first is cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, we'll be having 2 into 4x minus 6 is less or equal to 3 into 3 plus 2x. Now let's open the brackets. This will give us 8x minus, this is 12, less or equal to, this would give us 9 plus 6x. So collect like terms. Now what we'll have here is 8x. When this comes here, becomes minus 6x, less or equal to, here we have 9. Then this will become plus 12. Now when we work with this, 8x minus 6x will give us 2x, less or equal to, what we have here is 21. Now divide both sides by 2, and then x is less or equal to 21 over 2. So the correct answer here is B. Now given that matrix M is what we have here, so we have to find the transpose of M plus 2M. So solution. Now first, let's find M transpose. And when we say we are transposing a matrix, it means that the rows will take the position of columns like that. So that is, row 1 becomes column 1. So what we have here will now be -2, 0, and then 4. Row 2 will now be column 2, so 0, -1, and then 6. Then row 3 will be column 3 now, which is 5, 6, and 3. So now we have M transposed. Now let's look for 2M. That is 2 multiplied by what we have in M, which is -2, 0, 4, 0, -1, 6, and then 5, 6, 3. So let's multiply this and see. So 2 times -2 will give us -4. 2 times 0, that's 0. 2 times 4, that's 8. 2 times 0, 0. 2 times -1, -2. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 3, 6. Now, transpose of M plus 2M. That is, we are having -2, 0, 5, 0, -1, 6, 4, 6, and 3, plus -4, 0, 8, 0, -2, 12, 10, 12, and 6. So let's see what we get. So 2 minus 2 plus minus 4, that will give us minus 6. 0 plus 0, that's 0. 5 plus 8, that's 11. No, that's 13. 5 plus 8 is 13. So 0 plus 0, 0. Minus 1 plus minus 2, that's minus 1 minus 2, that's minus 3. 6 plus 12, that is 18. Now 4 plus 10, 14. 6 plus 12, that's 18. And then 3 plus 6 will give us 9. So of all the options provided, we say the only one is B. So the correct answer is B. Now this question says the third term of an AP is 4x minus 2y. And the ninth term is 10x minus 8y. So we have to find the common difference. Now what we're going to do is this. Now, let's recall the formula for nth term of an AP. Tn is given as A plus n minus 1d. Okay? Now what this means is that T3, which is third term, would be A plus 3 minus 1 will give you 2d. And then T9 will be A plus 9 minus 1, so we have 8d. So now let's get the equations for this. So since we know that the third term is this, we say 4x minus 2y equals A plus 2d. From here, let's make A the subject. A would then be 4x minus 2y minus 2d. Call this equation 1. Now, let's do the same thing for the ninth term. The ninth term is 10x minus 8y. So we're going to equate this with this part where we have A plus 8d. So again, make A the subject. So A will be 10x minus 8y, then minus 8d. So we call this equation 2. So when we equate equation 1 and 2, we're going to be having 4x minus 2y minus 2d equals 10x minus 8y minus 8d. Now, we are trying to find d, so we'll try to make d the subject. So we'll bring minus 8d here to become 8d. What we have here is minus 2d before. Now, every other thing here will go to the other side. So here we had 10x here. So when 4x comes, it becomes minus 4x, right? And then here we have minus 8y. And when minus 2y comes here, it becomes plus 2y. Now, 8 minus 2, that's 6. So we have 6d equals, the difference here will be 6x. And this will give us minus 6x. So we can call out 6. So 6d becomes 6 into brackets x minus, oh sorry, this is y. They have y in common. So x minus y. So at this point, divide both sides by 6. So d equals x minus y. So the correct option is C. Now, to practice more, you can solve many more problems that you can find on the Exam Fund app. And do well to join the challenge also on the Exam Fund app and win prizes as you solve problems in mathematics. See you in the next video.